Zach, and I have extreme anxiety disorder, ADD, depression, OCD, and dissociative disorder. I could honestly forget about the rest and just focus on my dissociative disorder, which is honestly the worst disorder that I have. If you guys are interested in like little short vlogs like this, like I have no subscribers, so I plan on putting this on a new channel. I write rap music on a channel. I'll put that channel link in the description. My rap name is Lil Swede. That's a nickname that I was given to when I was about 8 or 9 playing baseball. Now I'm 25. I know there's a lot of people that feel like they're alone in anxiety disorder, you know, have really bad depression. Maybe you have schizophrenia or dissociative disorder. I know that a lot of people like myself sort of feel alone and feel like there's not many people like yourself out there. But I mean, there's a lot of people like us, believe it or not, that feel like we're all alone. We just gotta find each other, because there's a lot of us out there. But yeah, I mean, this is my first video on this channel. I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna go, or if I'll even post consistently unless people like actually watch it and like this sort of thing. I'm heading to the store right now to grab a drink. That's really all I'm doing today. Today's Sunday. I don't have much planned. I don't have my daughter this weekend. I guess this video I'll basically explain what my dissociative disorder is like when it started. I guess to start off, I developed dissociative disorder about 3 years ago, right before my daughter was born. You know, at the time I didn't know what it was. I was super scared. You know, I thought I was dying. You know, I thought like I had a brain tumor, or like something major was wrong with me. This disorder is super scary to have. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world, and there's definitely people out there that go through things that are a lot worse than what I go through. So I'm 25 now, and I developed dissociative disorder about 3 years ago. So I'd say around when I was 22. Honestly, I've had extreme anxiety disorders since I was about 13 or 14. That's horrible in itself, but dissociative disorder definitely takes the cake. So for anybody that thinks it's really a walk in the park to deal with, it's definitely not. It's sad that, you know, a lot of people really don't understand what it's like and what you experience on a day-to-day basis. Not everybody's gonna understand, and you know, it sucks, but that's a part of life. So what it's like to have dissociative disorder, sometimes I wake up, I just feel, you know, I don't feel myself. I feel like really crappy mentally, like sort of like in a brain fog. Other days I wake up and I feel like really good. I feel normal. And you know, on the days that I do wake up feeling normal, I try not to take those days for granted, and I try to get out and do as much as possible and try to have the best day that I can. On days that I do wake up feeling crappy, you know, there's really not much I can do except try my best to get my mind off of it. And that mainly consists of getting on YouTube or spending time with my daughter, or writing music, or, you know, hanging out with the family. Yeah, what it's like to have dissociative disorder, it really sucks, honestly. It's basically, I think there's a few different types of dissociative disorder. I don't have like the multi-personality one, and I really don't know much about that one, but the one that I do have, or I guess I could just tell you what I experience. Sometimes I don't feel like myself. Sometimes I'll look at my body, you know, ask myself, like, you know, who am I?
Can I get a bottle of Coke and a small mocha colada? Yes. No, that's it. Alright, thank you. My phone has dropped like 75 times while trying to film this little vlog or whatever.
I don't have my own car right now. I blew out the engine, or I blew out the rear, and my Mustang that I had. So, you know, right now I'm driving my sister's van, which is pretty embarrassing. Kind of really self-conscious about driving around a purple or a maroon minivan, but I mean, hey, that's life. If I want to go out and get somewhere, you know, I'm thankful that I have a ride. You know, so some days I wake up feeling like, you know, sometimes I wake up feeling like kind of don't know where I'm at. Like, I'll know where I'm at, but I'll just like look at everything like in kind of an anxious mindset, to where I'm like, you know, because when I have a panic attack, and like it hits me real hard, I feel like I don't know where I'm at. I feel like I don't know who I am. My heart's racing, start sweating. I get like these weird warm sensations. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. And having ADD just doesn't help at all with dissociative disorder. It's like I'm already stuck in a little brain fog as it is. So it's like when I have ADD and I can't concentrate, it just makes it even worse. The best way I can explain dissociative disorder, from what I understand, it's your brain's way of giving your brain rest, helping you cope with things that's going on around you. So when I have dissociative disorder, or I guess a dissociative disorder spell, I'll feel just kind of lost in my own world. I won't be able to concentrate very well. I'll kind of just do like days off. I don't feel myself, and it really sucks. That's the best way I can explain it, to be honest. You know, I still know what's going on in life. I still know what I'm doing. Honestly, that's really the best way I can explain what dissociative disorder feels like. If anybody has any questions more in detail of, you know, certain things that you're wondering if I experience or think about, I'm sure I could answer it better for you that way. It feels like your head's under the water, kind of, a little bit. It's like you can see what's going on, and you know, you're alert, you know what's going on around you, but it's just like I don't know, you feel a little detached, I guess is the best way to put it. This don't even taste like what it's normally supposed to taste like. It's like they added an extra shot of coffee in it or something. So to start it all off, I developed like extreme anxiety disorder when I was about 13. I lived a pretty normal life. It didn't really keep me from doing things. I guess once a month I had like a really bad anxiety attack, but I wasn't on medication for it or anything like that. And my grandfather was the type to, you know, tell me it's all in my head. They did prescribe me like Prozac or something like that, but my grandfather told me, you know, he's like, you don't need that, you know, it's all in your head, just, you know, stuff like that. And honestly, a lot of people may think that sounds mean, but that's probably the best thing that could have ever happened to me. I stopped taking the Prozac. I only took it for a few days, so it's not like I could have saw a difference anyway, but you know, it's probably the best thing that ever happened to me, because at that time it wasn't like super severe. I believed like everything that my grandfather said, kind of just like forgot about it until I was about, you know, 16 or 17, I guess. You know, I would still have anxiety attacks here and there, but it didn't get bad until I was about 16 or 17. And then, you know, from there, I could talk about my life story for 48 hours straight, just because I ramble on and don't know how to shut up. I guess that's the ADD. So, you know, I lived a pretty normal life. I still didn't like going to amusement parks or anything like too huge. I think the last year I went was when I was like 13 or something like that. And I did have an anxiety attack in the amusement park, but you know, I got over the anxiety attack and then I was fine. You know, when I turned 18, I had several jobs, you know, working here, working there. You know, I never really held a job. And when I turned 21, I met my ex-fiance. Her family's huge, so we were always around a lot of people. I never blame any of my anxiety on her or, you know, her family. I'll be honest, I did when we were together. You know, I told her that it was her fault, stuff like that, and you know, that's not right at all. I have to admit that, you know, it wasn't her fault or her family's fault. I'm not saying that it didn't, you know, contribute to it a little bit. My anxiety got really bad, and then we found out she was pregnant. You know, for about like 6 months, I played video games just every day straight. Maybe even the whole 9 months she was pregnant. All I did was just play video games and stuff like that. I guess that I was running from real life, I guess. I don't regret getting her pregnant, or, you know, and I will never ever regret having my daughter. It's just, you know, I really wasn't ready for that huge responsibility. And I don't think anybody really ever is fully ready, but I really wasn't ready. Man, my daughter's such a blessing. She's the reason why I get up every morning. If it wasn't for her, you know, she's my sunshine on a cloudy day. Like, she really is. I love her to death. After my daughter was about 2 months, I moved in back home. You know, my anxiety just got worse and worse honestly by the day. And I kind of gave up the fight, barricaded myself in my bedroom. And I still saw my daughter. I still hung out with her. I stopped leaving the house. And then I developed agoraphobia, which is a fear of leaving your house. I had that for 3 years. I didn't leave my house for 3 whole years. I had a panic attack going in my front yard. It was that bad. The only place I felt comfortable outside of my house was in my backyard or underneath my carport, which is on the side of the house. It was crazy. couple months ago, about 3 or 4 months ago, I found this anxiety group on Facebook, and I decided to try and take back control of my life. And little by little, driving very, very, very short distances one day at a time, I'm now up to the point to where I can, go pick up my daughter, which is about 10. It's only like 4 miles away, but it's 10 minutes to get there. Coming up on Thursday, on September 7th, I have to drive out. I gotta go out to Annapolis to see my doctor. I don't know how in the world I'm gonna get there, but if I make it there, I'll let you all know. At the furthest, I've only been 15 minutes away from my house in the past 3 years. I know this was kind of all over the place, but I really just want to wrap this up. I'm not sure how long this video will be. This channel is really about me getting personal with people like me that feel like they're alone, and providing a spot to where you can come say hi and hopefully learn some coping skills and start to feel better. But yeah, I wanted to start this vlog too, because I know there's not a lot of people that have the courage to make videos like this. But I've always been the type of person to put everything out there, and tell everybody about it, no matter who you are. So I guess that I'll take that personality trait and put it to good use and hopefully help somebody out. This has been Zach. I hope everyone has a great day, and try to think of one thing positive. Talk to y'all soon.